Welcome back to the channel, where we turn everyday coins into extraordinary treasures. Imagine holding a simple 5-cent coin in your hand, only to realize it could be worth thousands of dollars. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of Monticello Jefferson nickels, specifically the top 4 most valuable and rare coins in this iconic series. From unusual mint marks to exceptional conditions, these rare nickels have captured the attention of collectors worldwide, making them some of the most sought-after coins at auctions. Stay tuned, because one of these rare coins could be hiding in your collection right now. So let's get started. First up, the 1963 Monticello Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark in less than perfect condition. At first, you might dismiss it as an ordinary, worn nickel, but in the world of coin collecting, even ugly coins can hold incredible value. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this specific nickel is highly sought after and how it can command impressive prices at auction. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1938. Designed by the renowned sculptor Felix Schlag, this coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic Monticello home on the reverse. The 1963 edition holds particular significance as it represents the tail end of the Liberty coinage era before the major changes of the 1960s, reflecting both historical and artistic value. The D Mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, adding an extra layer of distinction for collectors. Examining the features of the 1963 D Jefferson nickel, even in ugly or heavily circulated condition, reveals fascinating details. The obverse presents Jefferson's profile, albeit often worn down after decades of circulation. On the reverse, Monticello is prominently displayed, though the finer architectural details might be faded in heavily circulated examples. Even though these coins may appear plain or damaged to the casual observer, their age, mint mark, and historical context make them highly collectible. Certain characteristics, such as striking errors, doubling of the mint mark, or unusual toning, can dramatically increase a coin's appeal despite its worn condition. One of the most compelling aspects of the 1963 D Jefferson nickel in ugly condition is its rarity. While millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1963, the Denver coins in severely circulated conditions that also display specific traits or errors are extremely limited in availability. Serious collectors are always on the lookout for these hidden gems, often willing to pay a premium to fill a hole in their collection. Unlike pristine, high-grade coins, these ugly examples offer a unique story of wear, history, and survival that can make them more desirable in certain collecting circles. The market for rare 1963 D Jefferson nickels has remained strong over the years. At auctions, a heavily worn but rare Denver Mint example can fetch prices ranging from a few $728,000 million, depending on the specific qualities of the coin. Exceptional error coins or those with unusual toning can command even higher sums. Collectors, investors, and enthusiasts recognize that coins like these are not just currency, they are tangible pieces of history that can appreciate in value over time. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1963 D Jefferson nickel, there are a few practical tips to keep in mind. First, always inspect coins closely, even those in poor condition, for mint mark details, errors, and overall wear patterns. Second, consider provenance and auction records to gauge the coin's value accurately. Third, purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. Finally, remember that patience is key. Hunting for the right coin at the right price can be a rewarding experience both financially and historically. In conclusion, the 1963 D Jefferson nickel in ugly condition is far more than just a worn 5-cent piece. Its historical significance, unique features, rarity, and demand among collectors make it a fascinating coin to explore and a potential treasure for serious numismatists.
Next up, the 1996 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark, even in dirty conditions. While it may not shine like a freshly minted coin, its story, history, and potential value in the collector's market make it worth a closer look. Sometimes, coins that appear worn or dirty can still hold hidden value, especially when collectors are searching for specific dates, mint marks, and rare variations. Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, played a key role during the Great Depression and World War II. The coin also recognizes his support for the March of Dimes campaign. The 1996 dime was minted during a period of modern coin production by the United States Mint, with the D mint mark indicating it was struck in Denver. By this time, dimes were composed of a copper core with a nickel outer layer, rather than silver, which had been removed from circulation decades earlier. The 1996 D. Roosevelt dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, facing left, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1996. On the reverse, it displays a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength. In dirty conditions, the coin may appear dull, with dark toning or surface grime that hides some of the finer details. However, even in this state, important features like the mint mark D and overall design remain visible, which is essential for identification and evaluation at a first glance. The 1996 D dime might not seem rare because millions were produced. However, rarity in coin collecting often comes down to condition, errors, and demand. Coins in dirty or circulated conditions are common, but collectors still seek them if they have unique characteristics such as off-center strikes, double dies, or other minting errors. Additionally, certain collectors aim to complete full sets of Roosevelt dimes by year and mint mark, which keeps demand steady even for circulated examples. The key factor is whether the coin has something unusual or stands out among typical pieces. In most cases, a 1996 D. Roosevelt dime in dirty, circulated condition is worth its face value of $2 million. However, the value can increase if the coin has special features. Error coins, or those with unique minting flaws, can sell for $2 million or even more depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. Coins that are professionally graded and found to have higher than expected detail despite dirt or toning may also attract higher bids in auctions. The market value ultimately depends on condition, eye appeal, and any rare characteristics the coin may possess. If you come across a 1996 D dime, take a closer look before dismissing it. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can reduce its collector value significantly. Instead, store it safely in a coin holder or album. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for errors or unusual details, and compare it with verified examples online. If you suspect your coin might be rare, consider getting it evaluated by a professional grading service. Patience and careful observation are key when building a valuable coin collection. To sum it up, the 1996 Roosevelt dime with a D mint mark may not seem extraordinary at first, especially in dirty conditions, but it still holds a place in the world of coin collecting. With the right combination of condition, rarity, and unique features, even a small dime can turn into a collectible piece worth more than its face value. Keep searching through your coins, stay curious, and you never know what hidden treasure you might find. Next up, the 1944 Mercury dime. But there's a twist that makes this topic even more exciting. The idea of a 1944 dime with a W mint mark. Could such a coin exist? And if it does, what could it be worth in today's auction market? Whether you're a beginner or a serious collector, this is a story filled with history, mystery, and the potential for big money. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was designed by Adolph A. Weinman and was minted from 1916 to 1945 by the United States Mint. The coin features Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, which many people mistakenly associate with the Roman god Mercury, hence the nickname. The 1944 issue was produced during World War II, a time when the United States was heavily focused on supporting the war effort. These dimes were struck in large numbers at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, typically without a mint mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The 1944 Mercury dime stands out for its elegant and timeless design. On the obverse, you'll see Liberty's profile with detailed wings on her cap, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1944. The reverse features a fasces, symbolizing strength and unity, combined with an olive branch to represent peace. These coins were struck in 90% silver, giving them intrinsic metal value in addition to collectible appeal. However, when it comes to a W mint mark, things get interesting. There was no official W mint mark used in 1944, as the West Point Mint did not produce circulating coins with a W mark at that time. If a 1944 dime appears with a W, it could be a modern alteration, an error, or an extremely rare and unusual piece that would require professional authentication. Standard 1944 Mercury dimes are relatively common due to high mintage, but their demand remains strong because of their silver content and classic design. Coins in higher grades, especially those with full bands on the reverse, are highly sought after by collectors. However, a coin claimed to have a W mint mark would instantly attract massive attention in the numismatic community. If genuine, such a coin would be considered extraordinarily rare, possibly unique, and collectors would compete aggressively to own it. Even the possibility of such a rarity can create excitement and drive interest among both collectors and investors. That a regular 1944 Mercury dime in circulated condition typically ranges from $33 million depending on its wear and silver value. In uncirculated condition, prices can rise to $33 million or even over $33 million for high-grade examples with strong details. Coins with full bands can command even higher premiums, sometimes reaching several $33 million at auction. However, if a genuine 1944 dime with a W mint mark were ever confirmed, its value could skyrocket into the $33 million due to its extreme rarity and uniqueness. Such a coin would likely become a headline piece in major auctions. If you come across a 1944 Mercury dime, examine it carefully under good lighting. Look for details like the mint mark, condition, and any unusual markings. Be cautious of altered coins, as fake mint marks can be added to increase perceived value. Never clean your coin, as this can significantly reduce its worth. Store your coins in protective holders, and consider professional grading if you believe you have something special. Authentication is especially important if you suspect your coin has a rare or unusual feature like an unexpected mint mark. In conclusion, the 1944 Mercury dime is already and valuable coin among collectors, thanks to its history, silver content, and beautiful design. While a W mint mark for this year is not officially recognized, the idea of such a coin adds an exciting layer of mystery and possibility. Whether you're collecting for passion or profit, always stay curious and keep searching. You never know when you might discover a hidden treasure worth far more than you imagined. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries.